Hi, today we're going to look at how to safely follow cyclists and also highlight how they should behave and possibly how they shouldn't, and also how patience can be a virtue. So let's follow some bikes. Okay, so I'm driving along a narrow country lane, and as you can see well in the distance, I can start to see a group of cyclists who currently are riding three abreast. Now, looking at the road ahead, I would say that that probably sits in line with the way that cyclists are recommended to ride, i.e. they are taking up a position that makes them difficult to overtake, and that makes sense at the moment, because if I was to try and overtake them here, I don't have a good view if they were riding in single file, and it's quite highly likely that as I try to get past them, something could be coming the other way that I haven't yet seen, and that's likely to force me to move over towards them and put them in danger. So they're riding defensively, keeping me, basically making themselves difficult to overtake and discouraging an overtake manoeuvre that could put them into more danger than myself. I also noticed there another cyclist coming the other way that he could have been quite difficult to spot. So again, if I'm concentrating more on the cyclists in front of me and desperate to get past them, if they were riding in single file, I may not spot a danger such as that. So at the moment, these cyclists are cycling in the way that would be recommended, because they're protecting themselves, and inadvertently they're protecting me as well, because again, if I were to try and get past them in a situation like this and the car was coming the other way, then I'm going to be involved in quite a nasty accident. Now, you'll also notice that these are obviously quite fit young lads. They're going on at quite a decent pace, so really, for me to try and get past them now would just really be pretty impatient. So I'm just following them, staying behind. I am looking well up the road to see if there are any places where it might be possible to get past them. If that were the case, then I would expect them hopefully to recognise the situation and to line up in single file, making themselves easier to get past. That would be a reasonable thing for them to do. But again, at the moment, as I say, these situations are not arising, so patience is the virtue. Staying back, again, you see there's a lot of cyclists on this road, so there's one passing the other way, and they're picking up quite a bit of pace now, so we're doing about 30 miles an hour, narrow country lane, hardly any reason to go much faster anyway, with all the potential hazards that you'll find in the country. Again, there's a car coming the other way, really very little room indeed. So I'm having to slow right down. They've got through that gap much quicker than me. Had I actually got past them earlier, I'd have tried to force my way past them, as some people might, I would probably just find my rear view mirror full of three very angry looking cyclists, because I would then be holding them up. You can see that they're actually able to get down here much more quickly than I am. So where it would be wrong for them to continue to ride three abreast is if there were a long straight piece of road where it's clearly obvious that an opportunity to pass was available. Now here would be a potential example, although it's narrowed right down, so not really. The white line again gave the impression that the road was going to narrow, but it only narrowed for a very short space of time. So again, no opportunity there. And again, you can see the cyclists are well in the distance, so they've not really held me up. If I'd been past them, they would be right behind me now, as I said earlier. So don't always squeeze past cyclists if you can. You're putting them in danger. As I say, it's not the right thing to do. If you are going to pass a cyclist, you're looking to give them at least 1.5 metre distance between you and them, and that's going to allow for any changes in their direction, especially on a windy day, or if they were to maybe suddenly tipple off the bike, you've got the potential to still be able to avoid hitting them as they topple over. Here we're catching them up again, but we are getting to the end of my particular journey on this occasion, so I'm not intending to try and get past them here. I'm going to be pulling up on the left shortly. So I hope you've seen the advantage really of trying to be patient and not always trying to get past your cyclists. If you like the video, please click like. You can also put in requests on my Facebook page or via my website or YouTube channel for any subjects you'd like me to cover. Thank you very much.